Y'all, hey, it's been a minute since I told y'all a Uber story. Ooh, my little ponytail. But I was waiting a couple of days for this girl to get out of town because I didn't want her to see me tell this story, which she probably will. But so y'all know me. I love reality TV, especially when it's about dating. And so I saw this show called This Is Polly, where the couples are polyamorous. And so I had asked her, I was like, hey girl, do you watch reality TV? She was like, yeah. I said, what you watch? She was telling me, I said, do you know about the one that This Is Polly? And she was like, oh, I saw that, but I haven't got into it yet. She was like, but I got my own polyamorous story. She was like, my sister is polyamorous. And she was like, we're trying to understand. And I said, do tell. I ain't never met nobody that's polyamorous, so I was very interested. And so she said, my sister's bisexual. She dates a woman that's gender fluid, and they have recently added a man. I'm sorry, a person. I'm sorry. This a snake. There's an individual that identifies as a snake. And so I said, what? I said, I ain't judging, but I'm so interested. How does that work? She was like, I don't know. She said sometimes the girlfriend that's gender fluid comes over, and sometimes she's male presenting, sometimes she's female presenting, and if we call her by the wrong pronouns, she gets upset, but we don't always know. We're trying. And she said, my sister's bisexual. Sometimes she presents differently. She was like, so we don't know. We're trying. We're trying to be understanding. I said, okay, I get it. She was like, but the snake, she said, well, we try to talk to him. He just hisses. I said, you got to get, I'm going to need you to get all the way out of my car because I know you're lying to me. She was like, no, I'm serious. He just hisses. She was like, so we don't get any answers out of him. And she was like, they all live together, and the snake doesn't like the other gender fluid girlfriend and wants her out, but it's her house and he lives there. I was like, can I just help me understand, how does he communicate? In hisses? Does wait, how does that work, y'all? I'm so, if anybody knows, please help, because her ride wasn't long enough for us to get all into all the details. Because when I tell you I had so many questions, I was like, I said, how exactly did he communicate that he don't like the other girl and he want her out? In hissing? Does he use words? And then more importantly, I was like, how does the mating go along? How does a snake mate with a human? I'm trying to understand. I'm really not trying to be funny, but I got so many questions, and so many other people want to know too. I didn't get to ask her all these questions. She was like, I don't know how the mating goes along. All I know is that they have a 3-bedroom house. 1 bedroom is for the king, 1 bedroom is for the gender fluid, and then my sister goes between the 2 bedrooms. Oh, and the other bedroom is for mating. I was like, interesting. Um, but y'all, I have so many questions now. How does that work? I have never met anybody who identifies outside of being male or female or bisexual or anything like that. I've never met anyone who identifies outside of that. But it was the best ride. But I was left with so many questions thereafter because I didn't know. I was like, how does that work? Do the babies come out snakes? Does he see himself as a snake? How does he get to mate with a human? Like, how does this work? I'm so on the show This Is Polly, the relationships are kind of very similar. There's some different situations going on there. If you've never seen it, I need you to go watch This Is Polly. Yeah, cause and if you do, hit me in the comments so we can talk about it.